Hello everyone, welcome to Joe Consume Cinema. I am your host. Hey Vasquez, you ever get mistaken for a man? No? Have you? And today we have another installment in the Joe Revisit series with the 1986 film Aliens. Now this is again, one of the ones that I love to watch, year round. If it's on TV and I'm doing something I really should be dedicating time to, there's a good chance I'll be taking a break when certain scenes pop up, and yeah, I'll watch them, even though I probably shouldn't. I remember this happening in college multiple times, but yeah, just an overall fantastic film, like one of the ones that I adore personally. I'm definitely in favor of action over horror. Alien is very much a horror film. Aliens is first and foremost an action film with horror elements. And again, you have Sigourney Weaver returning as Ripley. You have Michael Biehn as Hicks, Lance Hendrickson as Bishop, and always forget her name, but she plays Vasquez in this. Great, minor character, but really solid. And also, Bill Paxton as Hudson. I feel like the cast in this one is just overall more deep. Like, the first film had some great acting performances, don't get me wrong, but I feel like I can relate more to these characters and just overall enjoy them more than the characters in Alien, probably because, I spent most of my time just being frustrated with everyone in the first one except for, Ripley and Parker. But yeah, just a great enjoyable ride. As always, I can't stress this enough. If you are a fan of the Alien universe and you are not subscribed to Alien Theory on YouTube, you're doing yourself a huge disservice because he's got so much content that just goes over all the little aspects of this universe. Like, you can tell he has real passion. I remember that he has a video dedicated to the weaponry that are used in Aliens, and it's just such a fandom thing. You can tell he really, really, really enjoys the universe and every little aspect of it that he bothered to make a video about the small little details in this film, but just so great. Honestly, can't recommend him enough. I'm probably going to talk more about him in this video and eventually when we get to it, Alien 3, because that's going to come up. So much of this film, honestly, just stands on its own, I feel. Yeah, there's no real complaints in this one. I had small minor complaints in the first one, but I feel like everybody in this one does a great job. It has an increased budget. The effects are way better. Everything just looks cooler. Story is cooler. You've got space marines, for Christ's sake. It's just so cool. But yeah, not gonna prolong this one too much. If you haven't seen Aliens at this point, what are you doing with your life? You should already have seen it by now. But just in case anyone hasn't, go watch the film. You'll love it. I guarantee it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So as always, remember to blank, blank, and blank. I can report now that as of today, we have 61 subscribers, which means we've already surpassed our small little goal that I mentioned earlier in this week, where I said I wanted to have more subscribers than total videos. So we're already surpassed that. That's great. So our next little goal is 100 subscribers, which I think things continue the way they're going. We can reach in like a week or two, which is really cool. Because if you can get to 100, you can get to 200. And if you can get to 200, you can get to 500. And if you can do that, you can get to 1,000. And that's monetization, baby. So yeah, just excellent. I'm glad the channel is progressing nicely. And I hope that continues. And, any help you give me there is always much appreciated. With that, let's get right to the movie. Right away, you see how the budget has increased from the first film. This is so cool. Remember the first time I watched this part and being freaked out, oh my god, are they actually gonna kill Ripley 5 minutes into the film? Great misdirection. I remember in the moments thinking, oh my god, no, please don't start it like this.
No! Promised her that I'd be home for her birthday. We sat down there on company orders to get this thing, which destroyed my crew. And your expensive ship.
These are empty suits.
No physical evidence of the creature you described.
Good. That's because I blew it out of the goddamn airlock. Please, you're not listening to me. Kane, the crew member.
Here we go again.
Kane, who went into that ship, said he saw thousands of eggs there. Thousands.
Thank you. That will be all.
God damn it! That's not all. Because if one of those things gets down here, then that will be all. Then all this bullshit that you think is so important, you can just kiss all that goodbye.
Here we go. It's always how it starts.
You want me to go back out there? Forget it. You're interested in all this. Why are you going?
That's the right question to ask.
Finance that colony along with colonial administration.
I really like how they set this up. Recurring nightmares make sense. She feels like if she doesn't do this, it's going to control her life forever.
You're going out there to destroy them, right? Not to study.
That's the plan. You have my word on it.
Love how Sarge goes right to the cigar.
She's supposed to be some kind of consultant. Apparently, she saw an alien once.
Whoopie fucking do.
I like how they have no idea yet what they're about to get into.
Vasquez, have you ever been mistaken for a man?
No. Have you?
I love it. Oh, I love this scene. What a great way to introduce this fact to the audience. After what we know about, what happened with Ash.
Trust me.
You never said anything about an android being on board. Why not?
It never occurred to me. It's just common practice.
Is there a problem?
I'm sorry.
For Ripley, there is.
Ripley's last trip out, the artificial person malfunctioned.
Malfunctioned?
There were problems and a few deaths.
No one, son.
Just stay away from me, Bishop. You got that straight?
What exactly are we dealing with here?
One of our crew members was brought back on board with something attached to his face, some kind of parasite. We tried to get it off. It wouldn't come off. Later, it seemed to come off by itself and die. Kane seemed fine. We were all having dinner and,
I only need to know one thing. Where they are.
Joe Vasquez, kick ass.
Anytime, anywhere. Man.
I hope you're right. I really do.
I like the machismo, but at the same time, the fact that they were not briefed until now, moments before they make the fucking jump.
Wipe out my entire crew in less than 24 hours. And if the colonists have found that ship, then there's no telling how many of them have been exposed. Where you want it?
Bay 12, please.
Weaponry is so cool. Again, Alien Theory has a video where he goes over all this stuff in the film.
Absolutely badasses. Let's pack them in. Get on there. Going down.
2.
I love the drop.
Mark.
How many combat drops?
2. Including this one.
Gorman is green. They don't respect him.
Got nukes. We got knives, sharp sticks. Knock it off, Hudson.
Acid for blood.
You seeing this all right? Looks melted. Somebody must have bagged one of Ripley's bad guys here.
It's not secure.
The area is secured, Ripley. First team, head for operations.
Gorman, fucking moron.
Barricade didn't hold.
Any bodies?
No, sir.
Looks like love at first sight to me.
Fuck. Hold up.
Introduction to Newt. It's amazing she survived as long as she has. She's very resourceful. I love how Ripley, is terrified up to this point, but, her instincts kind of kicked in as a mother.
Grab her, man. We're gonna lose her.
Yep. Immediately just dives in.
Easy. Easy. It's gonna be okay. It's all right. You're gonna be okay.
My name's Newt. Nobody calls me Rebecca except my brother.
Where are they?
They're dead. All right, can I go now?
I'm sorry, Newt. These people are here to protect you. They're soldiers.
It won't make any difference.
Ooh, such an ominous warning.
What is it, Hudson?
You tell me, man. I only work here.
It's the nest.
What is that?
I don't know.
The xenomorph that Ripley encountered didn't have time to do all this on the ship.
Where your team is, they're right under the primary heat exchangers.
So?
So, if they fire their weapons in there, won't they rupture the cooling system?
Yeah, she's absolutely right.
So? So what?
Look, this whole station is basically a big fusion reactor.
They didn't think anything through.
We can't have any firing in there. I want you to collect magazines from everybody.
At this point, they need to retreat.
What the hell are we supposed to use, man? Harsh language?
Flame units only.
They have to go into a fight gimped.
Come on, Vasquez. Clear and lock.
Not good.
Crow, I want it now. Give it up.
Right on, Vaz.
I'd like to keep this handy for close encounters.
I heard that.
Cocooning process.
What?
Tom, get over here. We got a live one. Just stay calm. We're gonna get you out of here.
What's going on?
Convulsion.
Get back!
Woke up the drones.
Multiple signals. They're closing.
They're above them,
Maybe they don't show up on infrared at all.
blending right into their environment. Oh, friendly fire here. He had the pack with all the explosive rounds.
Let's rock!
Who's firing? God damn it!
Chaos.
Said I want you to lay down a suppressing fire with the incinerators and fall back.
Talk to me.
Hold on! Get them out of there! Do it now!
Shut up!
Hudson? Vasquez?
He just freezes up.
Cut off! Do something!
I love this armored vehicle.
Forget him, he's gone! Get to the goddamn door! Eat this! Ripley! Go, go!
Jeez. Ripley came in clutch. Gorman was useless.
The Sarge and Dietrich aren't dead, man. Their signs were real low, but they ain't dead.
Then we go back in there and get them.
Fuck that!
Don't leave our people behind.
I ain't going back in
You
there,
can't
man.
help
Take
them.
me.
You can't. Right now they're being cocooned just like the others. I say we take off and nuke the entire site from orbit. It's the only way to be sure.
Such a great line.
Hold on 1 second. This installation has a substantial dollar value attached to it.
They can bill me.
Fuck you, Perk. He quickly established who's worth a damn and who isn't. That's a little rough on the other Marines. They kind of walked into a trap.
Hold on a second, there's something.
Just get up here.
I'm in.
Goodbye. Great explosion. So much for their escape.
Game over, man. It's game over. What the fuck are we gonna do now? What are we gonna do?
My friend used to quote that to me every time we'd lose a battleground back in the day. Game over, man. Game over.
Because it'll be dark soon, and they mostly come at night. Mostly.
Another great line. Gets repeated a billion times.
We got 4 of these robot sentries. They really kick ass. I think they come in handy.
Yeah, they're badass.
Listen to me. Hudson, just deal with it because we need you and I'm sick of your bullshit.
Yeah.
What's it for?
It's a locator. Then I can find you anywhere in the complex. On this. Doesn't mean we're engaged or anything. Alright, what's next?
They have great on-screen chemistry.
Nothing bad in there. See? Maybe you could just try to be like her, huh?
Ripley, she doesn't have bad dreams because she's just a piece of plastic.
It's so cute.
But each one of these things comes from an egg, right? So who's laying these eggs?
Asking the right question.
Sure. It must be something we haven't seen yet.
Now, if you're smart, we can both come out of as heroes, and we will be set up for life.
You're crazy, Bert. Do you know that?
Still don't understand.
Know that you were responsible for the deaths of 157 colonists.
Wait a second.
You sent them to that ship.
You're wrong.
I just checked the colony log. Directive dated 6/12/79, signed Burke, Carter J. You sent them out there and you didn't even warn them. Why didn't you warn them, Burke?
Okay, look. What if that ship didn't even exist? Did you ever think about that? I didn't know. It's a bad call.
Bad call.
Right.
These people are dead, Burke! Don't you have any idea what you've done here? Well, I'm gonna make sure that they nail you right to the wall for this. You're not gonna sleaze your way out of this one. Right to the wall.
Ripley should have told everybody else in the crew
Ripley,
what Burke did
I expected more
at this
from you.
point.
I thought you'd be smarter than this.
From sleazy bureaucrat to opportunistic entrepreneur to outright murderer. It's not that far of a leap for someone who's a sociopath.
Those ammo counters go.
That's it. Emergency venting.
Oh, that's beautiful, man. Oh, man, that just beats it all.
How long till it blows?
4 hours.
Man.
Oh, we've got to get the other dropship from the Sulaco. I mean, there must be some way of bringing it down on remote.
I'll go. I mean, I'm the only one qualified to remote pilot the ship anyway.
Can't tell. Lots. D-gun's down 50%. C-gun's right behind it.
Come on, come on.
Wait! You're retreating.
Barely held them. Won't do so again.
I want to introduce you to a personal friend of mine. This is an M41A pulse rifle, 10 millimeter, with an over and under 30 millimeter pump action grenade launcher. Feel the weight.
Show me everything. I can handle myself.
Yeah, I noticed.
Scene starts out innocent enough and then it quickly becomes so sinister. Again, she should have told other people what Burke did. Oh boy.
Be quiet. We're in trouble.
Took her gun too. Bastard.
Stay on it.
Smart. Really should have killed him right here. With a knife.
He figured that he could get an alien back through quarantine if one of us was impregnated. The only way he could do it is if he sabotaged certain freezers on the way home. Namely yours. Then he could jettison the bodies and make up any story he liked. I don't know which species is worse. You don't see them fucking each other over for a goddamn percentage.
All right.
It's a really good point.
They found a way in. Something we missed.
We didn't miss anything.
18. 17 meters.
Something under the floor, not in the plans. I don't know.
Use of sound to increase the tension. It's great.
9 meters.
Did it in the first one too.
Controlled bursts.
6.
Can't be. That's inside the room.
Yep.
Oh my god.
There they go over there! Get him! Come on, come on! Get him!
No!
Die, motherfucker! That's it! Motherfucker! Come on! Come on! Get it, baby! Come on! Come on! Ah! Fuck you!
Hudson redeems himself at least. Most satisfying death. Literally just running through these corridors. Shit. Gorman redeems himself too. Shit. It's never easy.
Hurry!
I know.
I mean it!
We're almost there.
No! 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 No!
Let's go! I believe you. She's alive. We've got to go. Now!
Oh, God.
See you, Hicks.
Dwayne. It's Dwayne.
Ellen.
Great moment.
Don't be gone long, Ellen.
And I remember the Alien game on Sega. Almost all the levels looked like this. Brotherly instinct kicks in quick. Oh, jeez. Tough situation. The reveal is insane. Look at that big mother. She communicates with the drones through a type of telepathy. I know that because of alien theory. Yeah. Making it clear, you get close, all your eggs are gone. Tell your drones to back off. Wasn't part of the deal. Queen is pissed off. No more eggs. Queen has an IQ like above 140, so very intelligent, more than capable of problem solving. I know that from a video from Alien Theory too.
Close your eyes, baby.
When the explosion knocked the ship like kind of back onto the platform slightly, that's the point where she grabbed on. I remember the first time watching this, just kind of waiting for the point where Bishop would turn on them, just because of what happened with Ash in the first movie. It's a pleasant surprise that he not only was a good guy, but, you know, consistently helped out the team and, you know, got them off that rock. Even managed to earn Ripley's respect.
You did okay.
I did.
Oh, yeah.
Shit.
Here!
Keep her attention on her.
Run!
It's so cool.
Get away from her, you bitch!
Queen versus Ripley in a mech suit.
Come on!
That damn tail. Jeez. Let go already, bitch. Bishop came in clutch again. Mm-hmm.
Not bad for a human.
Great way to end it. Okay, took some time to gather my thoughts. That was Aliens. Fantastic as always. I said it before, but you know, I definitely prefer action to horror, and I'm okay with horror elements here and there, but you know, action is definitely my go-to. Revisiting this just had more of an overall better feel for me, just because I just enjoy these types of films more, and this one is so well done and just stands out, and yeah, it's fantastic that I now have this up on the channel. Right away, Sigourney Weaver, again, great in this. I love the character development of Ripley. You know, you go from her having survived the ordeal of the first movie, and you know, it's very understandable. She's got PTSD, she doesn't want to deal with that trauma, she's like trying to avoid it, but at the same time, she can't move on, and she knows that the only way to finally resolve this issue and kind of put it to bed is to go on this mission, which again, you know, they start off and they're not listening to her, and the team is not prepared, doesn't really know what to expect again, and they have more warning because Ripley is there, but still, like, some frustrating elements, people not listening to Ripley. It's nice how she earns the respect of, you know, certain members of the Marines, and they start listening to her and realize, okay, this woman actually knows, this woman actually has something useful to say here. We need to start, you know, taking her advice seriously. I love how they set it up. Ripley was, you know, traveling through space for, I think they said 57 years, in like cryostasis, and her daughter had a full life and then passed away in her 60s, I believe. And the tie-in with Newt, that young actress did a great job as Newt, by the way. But the tie-in with Newt to that motherly instinct and how it progresses through the film is just so well done. You get, like I said, the character development of Ripley, where it's a lot like Sarah Connor. Like in the first Terminator movie, he's very inexperienced, but through necessity, kind of finds the will to carry on and deal with this insane situation. And it's the same for Ripley. It starts off, she's, terrified to be back, but she eventually gets more acclimated. And one of the first things she does that's like heroic in my view is when they're looking for, the first blip on the radar, they get a hint of movement, and it's Newt wandering around. And as soon as she sees that, okay, this is a little girl that needs help, she immediately, kicks into action and literally dives through the vent to go get her before she runs away and eventually gets killed in this place. But just that motherly instinct is a great way to, tie in that character development. It's just done so well. James Cameron, as always, does a fantastic job. The budget is so much higher. There's still, great practical effects. Models are still great. And just the costuming and all the practical effects are wonderful. They still hold up, beautifully to this day. Yeah, I love all the smaller character performances here. Lance Henriksen as Bishop was great. I love how, like, when I first saw this movie, I was, kind of waiting for the other shoe to drop once it was revealed that he was an android, because everything that happened with Ash is like, okay, are they doing this again where this guy's going to go, psychotic? I was thinking he was probably sent by the company to, secure the like a host so that they could study it more. And I was pleasantly surprised that it never did, because he came in clutch again and again, and, and then again at the end, and it was really great. And he has one of the best lines in the movie. Not bad for a human. Like, so good. So good. So many, like, kick-ass scenes in this. I mean, you have the Space Marines facing off against all the xenomorphs in the hive. That's amazing. You have you have the hallway corridor scene where they're retreating, desperately and just fighting them off one by one. A lot of redemption moments here and there. I loved watching, Burke's death. Fucking hate that guy. Like, he starts off as, just your typical slimy bureaucrat, but then it just gets progressively worse, where it's like, oh no, he's a full-blown sociopath, and he's willing to do whatever it takes just to make some money here. And, yeah, watching him go, very satisfying. But I like how some of the minor characters had little redemption moments. Hudson throughout is, freaking out after his first encounter with these things. Understandable, but at the same time, he's also a Marine. Like, keep your cool, keep it together. We need you here. And he goes out, guns blazing. Great moment. Even Gorman, who just a kind of a douchebag officer with very limited experience. There's that scene where they talk about how he has 38 simulated drops and only 2 combat drops, including the one they're on. And it's like, okay, right away, they don't respect him because he has no experience. But he has a redeeming moment, too, where he helps Vasquez. He goes back for her, shooting the xenomorphs, and last stand, takes out that grenade, finishes them both off, so, they don't have to suffer. But great little moment here and there. And that kind of stuff really enhances the film, honestly. I feel like I don't know how exactly to phrase this, but I feel like I can tolerate the minor characters in this movie a lot more than in the first one, just because it's just so much frustration. It's like Ripley's the only one making sense, and a little bit Parker. Here it's like you got Hicks, you got Bishop, you got Hudson and Vasquez on top of Ripley and Newt, and it's like, okay, there's an actual team here. It's not just Ripley on her own. It's a nice upgrade. Just great overall. I still love the film. It was fun. It was fun watching it again. So many cool scenes. Fight at the end between, the Queen. Great way to introduce that, that element. Something's got to be laying the eggs, and then we see it, and it's just this, like, a real monster, and it just doesn't disappoint. And then that fight between Ripley in the mech suit and the Queen at the end, just so good. And you don't see it coming. You think you're in the clear, and then same thing they did in the first one, that false sense of hope, and then bam, they hit you with it. But yeah, this is just, to me, just an upgraded version of the first one. In a lot of ways, this is just, what can we do with the first story, but, on a much higher budget, and we'll put more action in it this time, and that's what you get here. this was like one of the rare examples back in the day where the sequel was better than the original. And it used to be the original would always be the best version of whatever, series of franchise or whatever. And it was rarely good, if ever, that sequels, matched up or even surpassed. It almost never happened. This is one of the few exceptions. So that's really cool for this film. It tends to happen a bit more now, surprisingly. Check out Alien Theory if you love anything to do with the Alien universe. Great channel. Like I said, he has this series where he goes over, all the little different aspects to this movie, the original, Alien 3, which I'm definitely going to be, revisiting next week probably. So, yeah, like, just a cool channel. You can tell he's a real fan of the universe, and, the passion in his work is undeniable. But, yeah, that's pretty much all I got. It's an awesome revisit, good time all around. And as always, thanks for watching, and peace.